Hello, hello. Surrounded by perverts angry and Yoshi. Hello. Happy Thursday, but my Friday. Hopefully your Fridays too. I don't have to work tomorrow, so yeah. Hope you're doing well. Yes, Friday. Good. Oh man. Yoshi, what are we gonna do? I can't, yeah. I feel like the Love and Deep Space drama runs so deep. Yeah. You quit! No! I didn't get Xavier for the last pull. I got 2 Calebs, and I was like, okay, on any other day, sure, but I thought I would get Xavier, but yeah. I meant to try and pull again last night, or try and get enough gems to pull again last night, but I didn't, and now I've missed the boat. Yeah. You didn't either. Caleb was the Oh, bummer. But I did have the little outfit crate, so it's like, okay, well, since I got the bonus outfit for Caleb. Oh wait, no, I actually got Caleb's normal outfit too. I didn't get anything for Xavier. I'll just hope that whenever it comes around again, because I guess it saves your progress or something. I don't know. I mean, if this company's still around in, 6 months, we'll see. I know. But, I mean, I don't know if this is Delulu's grasping at straws, but, there's, a very large portion of people who are just, CN girlies who were just kind of like, hey, we also don't like that this is happening. And so, they are, putting protests together, too. So it's just like, okay, who's louder, I guess, I just think that was such a... I really liked their first stance. That was like, hey guys, we wanted to do what we wanted to do. And this was always the plan. And then all of a sudden it's just like, we're so sorry, we'll never do anything ever again. Was such a overcorrection. I don't think it needed to happen that way, but we'll see. Yeah, you've been watching still just to see what happens, but you don't know if you can go back. Just feeling disrespected. Yeah. And I feel bad. I do feel bad for Infold, just because I do think they're in a hard place of nobody should get threatened, right? If, nobody should get threatened over a game. And so if it's to the point where it's just like, well, our people's safety is being, is a concern, and, our company could just entirely fold if they're aggressive enough. Yeah. I get, like I said, it's not that I don't understand why they're having a tough time, but I still think there could have been an easy in between. You know what I mean? Where it's just kind of like, okay, we hear you. We can pause this release and hear out what you're saying about the other stories not getting fleshed out enough. Okay, fine. We could talk about that, But nothing that has to say not only will we get rid of this person, we'll never have another person again. That's so goofy. It's letting the terrorists win. If they take away our boyfriends, then the terrorists have won. The Discord still has a Valco section. You do admire the protesters sticking to their own areas and leaving the chats for the other guys alone. Yeah, I can appreciate that. But, man, I don't know. How dare you make our steak too buttery? You see them in the Gen chat and Valco chat. I see. Yeah, like I said, I hope, I don't know. I hope Infold, they probably won't change their mind, but I don't know. I hope that, I hope that maybe it's a July 9th miracle, and they're just like, yeah, you're so sad. You need to hug Caleb's pillows. Yes, yeah. Pillows, wink. His cushy pillows. Oh, yeah. Me, that's a bummer. I'm disappointed. Like I said, I'm mostly disappointed that, like I said, it's you have given into the terrorist demands, and now you have shown them that if they're mean enough and ugly enough, they can get what they want. And I think that's a bad precedent to send, or to like set up. So I hope, yeah, I hope that we get a massive July 9th miracle middle finger where they're just kind of like, guess what? We got two companies now. One not based in one based in a different area that does not have the same governing rules, and we'll still take your money. It's just two branching pathways. And then I want them to be sad. I want them to be sad that it's like, oh no. Oh no. Yeah. But I don't know. That would be amazing. I mean, and I really think they ought to. Yeah, unless they move to Singapore. That's what I was thinking. Like Hoyoverse did the, like branching pathway. I mean, here's the thing. If they were like under threat of like, okay, if enough people like are weaponizing like government bodies in order to like get their way, like we are on thin ice. Like we are on like even if we like give in to their demands now, we are on borrowed time as soon as we, do the next thing wrong. And here's the thing. They are going to get bored. They are going to get bored that it's just like, we're not seeing, like, we've seen these storylines before. It's like, yeah, guys, there can only be so many beach episodes, okay? Like, yeah. Yeah, these folks need to get a life. Yeah. So they are and have been for a long time, not going to lie. This is the first time that it's been this intense. Yeah. That's what I'm, like, yeah, like I said, they are on borrowed time if they are letting this pass. So I hope that somebody's being like, strategic and being like, okay, let's reform a separate branching company. And yes, we'll have two separate, like, databases. And that's that, So we'll see. I mean, yeah. Maybe I'll put a little Valco poster up in this room. Take down Mignon for a little bit. Or get like a little Valco plushie for the bed. Yeah. Am I still going to play? I am. Do I think I'll still spend money? Probably not. But I think I'll still play because I do feel, like I said, I do feel a lot of heart for the rest of the like industry it supports. You know what I mean? It's like those devs didn't want this. Like they still worked hard. Those voice actors didn't want this. They still worked hard, But will I spend money? Probably not, Yeah. I think that's where I'm at. And, and that's not to say I might change my mind later, and just be like, yeah, this is not where it's at for me anymore, But as of right now, there are still things that I can appreciate about it, But yeah, it's a bit of a miss. Yeah, you've already stopped spending money before all this, so I see. Right now you're thinking no, but if Falco comes back, then you don't know. You'll see how you feel. Most of the anger has turned into indifference. I don't blame you for that. That it's just kind of like, there is a like, a moment of like, well, like, what can you do but like throw your hands up? And I think that's the part that stings, like the injustice of it is just kind of like, this is a very like beloved franchise, and it is disappointing for to watch your friend get bullied, right? That's essentially what happened. It's like we watched our friend get bullied, and now we don't get to have nice things. So yeah. So I'm hoping that they're just kind of like, you know what? I needed to borrow a backbone. Thank you all for propping us up, So, yeah, I mean, I'm very, very curious, for the other side of folks who are just kind of like, I get it. Like that is their biggest market, but of the biggest market, how many of this, like, it just sounds like a very loud minority, right? So it would be very interesting if they did a hard pull the other way where they were just kind of like, no, we're here too. Like, we're here too, and we also spend money. Uh, you know. But like I said, if it came down to like we are not safe, again, like I can appreciate that, it's like, yeah, you got to protect your people. Like, nobody, veiled threat or not, like, nobody should be made to feel so unsafe about it, right? But yeah, it's a bummer. It's not just that. The devs, VAs, and cosplayers lost out on a big opportunity. You're sure that looks good on their resume, getting such a big role. I know. And you know what? I heard all 4 of the voices for Valko, like in the 4, languages, like English, Japanese, Korean, Chinese. He sounded great in all of them. So it is just a major bummer. But it makes me like kind of realize too, like, just the overreach that industries have. Yeah, you still have not. You still. Actually, I did. I saved something. Like, I saved a post that somebody has this like shared Google Drive of all sorts of like Valco assets and stuff like that. Like, all the videos and that kind of stuff. So I'll look for it. I'll send you the link. If you want to revisit it later, if you're like, you know what, today's a day I feel like, because sometimes I have those days where it's like, you know what, I need a good cry. I'm gonna watch this thing knowing that it'll make me cry. So yeah. Oh my gosh. I was about to tell a story, but it's a little too damning, so I'll tell you later, not on stream. But yeah, I hope they sort it out. Yeah. But in the meantime, we can hang out with our other boyfriendos that are not canceled. So give me a second. Yeah, he can't be. Yeah, I hope not. But let's see. Bloop, bloop, bloop. All right, give me a second while I... That's not the thing. I'm gonna put my game up. Where is... Here we go. Window capture. Steam PC game. Okay, here we go. Let me squish this down. Make this better. Here we go. I've learned about this like studio mode in OBS, and now I can like transition my screens without y'all watching me toggle things real time. Cha-cha! Yeah. Okay. He can't be not canceled yet. Yeah. Like I said, what if we have a July 9th miracle? Or even better, a July 7th miracle, because it's 7/7. And that feels luckier. Alright. Here we go. These boyfriends are still around. Yeah, so last time on we started My Vow to My Liege. A lot of people got Mordored. To start, so just a very bloody beginning. Like, we are a lady, and we had a bunch, like, we had our dad and our brothers, and it was just, and the dad was just like, we're gonna kill the dragon, and a bunch of like cultists for the dragon showed up, and they're just like, nah, and then they killed our family and our friends, and we're doing the She's the Man, the Amanda Bynes. Yeah, 9 rip. Yeah, it was a lot of rip for sure. So we are doing the. We're dressed up as a boy, pretending that we're basically the king, or in line to be the king. So, yeah. And last we left off, our bodyguard and us were like looking for... Oh, somebody got kidnapped, and so we're investigating. That's it. Let's get down to business. That's right. To defeat the Hun. Yes. It's very Mulan. All right. Load. All right, so we had... Hold on. What do I... Okay. So the two saves I have is like, I could choose between the bodyguard, very handsome, and the prime minister. Fine. Not my type. I mean, he's okay. He's okay. But bodyguard's a little bit more my aesthetic. So, all right, let's load this one. Okay, so we went to the mountain. I don't know if we're dreaming here. Where am I? Is this another dream? I like that. My chest is hurting so much. When I extend my hand over my chest, it feels as if the pain were transferring into my fingertips. The pain! I'm scared. I try to cry out, only to produce a hoarse, hissing sound, like my throat is filled with torn cotton batting. Like the dog from Howl's Moving Castle. That's what I'm imagining. Probably not. The bones that have been exposed to the air quickly blackens and crumbles to pieces. My body finally decomposes and slowly turns into dust that is carried away by the wind. I'm not Fuchai. I'm Popo.
你是叛盟者，不过可惜啊，凡人是不可能更改神盟的。姬吾一族犯下弑神大罪，必将。
In despair, I hug my broken body tightly. If I cry now, would tears or blood or my eyeballs fall out? Oh my gosh. Romantic date night, y'all. What is this that is breaking through the darkness? Is it Hope? It's Mochi borking. Mochi, what you borking about? It's the jade fish? Then I hear a familiar song. It instantly transports me back to a time from my childhood. There, my fears, pain, and despair disappear. Yay! Granny Yoshi says hi, Mochi. She looked over. You're so cute. Mochi's doing good. Let's see. She let me sleep through the night. So that was very nice. Let's see. I need to go get her teeth brushed. Cause her breath's a little stinky and I can't really give her like, you know, greeny bones or anything cause it's not good for her. Oi. You leave it, please. You leave it, please. Thank you. Yeah, she got stanky breath, and I tried to stick a little doggy toothbrush in her mouth, and she just was very tight-lipped about it. So I need the vet to help me. So that, yeah, and especially since like, she's doing a lot of wet, you know, like her food is like wet food essentially. Like you need to be a little bit more diligent about like dental care for dogs. And cats who are more on like wet foods as opposed to dry foods. So still need to do it for dry foods, but a little more frequently for wet foods. So yeah. Let's see. Then I hear a familiar song. It instantly transports me back to a time from my childhood. There, my fears, pain, and despair disappear. At the edges of my consciousness, a large, pale green fish swims by as the song seems to trail behind it. I watch it swish its tail, and a certain youth almost comes to mind. In my hazy memories, he's happily singing the all-too-familiar children's song. Oh no, are we about to hear children singing? I stare at him, quietly, fearing that my memory of him will disappear if I interrupt him. Why are the years of one's childhood shorter than those of a beautiful dream? The youth gives me a cheerful smile. He says, "Don't be afraid." And then we're like, ah! My throat is dry and my eyes are sore as the feeling begins to return to my fingertips. It seems like my nightmare is over. The lights outside are burning bright, and it appears that night has fallen upon us.
少君醒了。
He looks like feudal or like ancient China Xavier. Essentially, with the little rat tail, Xavier with the little rat tail. I mean, it's stretchy. Same color hair. Where am I? Sheng Feng holds me up by my shoulders, and a wet cloth falls from my forehead.
少君昏倒后，就发起了烧。陈峰擅自做主，将您带来了机妙别院。
What happened to the officer from Qi?
还没醒，已经交给相国处理了。
Has the Prime Minister come back too?
相国在姑苏外河发现那个重伤的余孽，对方见无路可退，便自尽身亡了。
Oh my. I need to go and see that officer from Qi. Give me my change of clothes.
诺。
It's strange that you're not stopping me.
怕少君不喜。
No, cute! Are you afraid of displeasing me? The last time you made me so angry was when you finished all the treats given to me by the kingdom of Yue. Look how cute. What a bad bodyguard. He ate all my food. Now he's like, I'm poison testing. Don't worry about it. Even after doing that, your expression remained so impassive.
陈峰得为少君试毒。
Sure, a likely story. All right. He just wants to eat. He said it. He just tested for poison. You did not have to eat all of them just to test them for poison.
每块点心都不一样，无法区分。
Oh, how noble of you, and how petty of me.
越国点心挺好吃的。
Understandable, relatable. Hey!
少君，我为您系上鱼玉吧。
It is only then that I notice I've been clutching onto the jade fish this whole time. I hand it over to Chen Feng with a sigh. I had another nightmare just now. It was a good thing that I also have this jade amulet. It would be a shame if anything happened to this jade amulet.
要是遗光还在就更好了，他肯定能彻底驱走那些噩梦，不让少君为病痛所苦。
While Chen Feng fastens the jade amulet to my belt, he suddenly stills his hands, and a hint of vexation falls over his usually calm demeanor. Yes. How How nice it would be if Yi Guang were here. My heart aches at the thought as I change the subject. Aren't I alive and well right now?
都是陈凤无能，连替您受苦都做不到。
Thank you. The fact that you're willing to shoulder my burdens has made me very happy. After all, if you were not here, there would be no one else to whom I could complain.
少君，
Oh, he blushed a little bit. It was a slight blush, but a blush. But please try to control your appetite a little bit more next time. At the very least, leave me half a bite of the treats to try.
诺。
Or off with your head! I burst out laughing when I hear him reply in such a serious manner, and the pain in my chest lessens a little. However, speaking of the treats from the kingdom of Yue, I hesitate a little before asking. Do you know how the king of Yue is faring?
听说还关在守灵人小屋。
少君，相国说齐国公孙乙现在候于正厅，少君醒来就请整理好衣冠，马上过去。
Gong Yi? Why is he here? Cheng Feng shoots me a look that tells me that he has no idea what this could be about either. I quickly put on my headwear and rush out of the room. Just as I open the doors, I quietly whisper some instructions to Cheng Feng. Go to the hut by the mausoleum and keep an eye on the guards. Make sure they don't make things difficult for Gu Zhang.
诺。
吴相国，你让士兵叫我们挟持至此，究竟是什么意思啊？
先生带护卫深夜潜入吴国先王祭庙陵墓，我倒想知道先生什么意思。
明知故问，我们在驿馆等了1天1夜了，不但没有任何消息，大王还派士兵软禁我们。
But we agreed on 2 days. Upon hearing my voice, Gong Shiyi and Wu Zishu both stop arguing and greet me with a bow.
既然期限未到，先生何必又做出此等失礼之事呢？
Gong Shiyi's face turns red, then pales. If this person is so reckless and impatient that he would place himself in such a precarious position as to give Wu Zishu and I the advantage, then we have no reason to suspect he has a hidden agenda. Prime Minister, we believe you're being too harsh. After all, this is a family friend that we're talking about. Gong Yi has just worried himself into a frenzy.
臣向先生赔不是。不过先生连1天都等不及，这种关心程度，也实在异于常人啊。
公事随臣，私事事交，岂能不急？
Are you sure?
大王此话何意？
You barged into our court, and yet we defended you from your own ministers, and even promised to find your friend within 2 days. We did all these things because we admire your loyalty to your friend and to your king. However, as soon as our backs were turned, you tried sneaking into the Forbidden Temple. Have you no regard for us?
大王，这是在藐视君威啊！
The hidden agenda is he just felt like it.
外臣绝无此意。
Enough. It is clear that you, Gong Yi, are mocking us. We will be writing a letter to your king, and you can forget about saving your lowly officer. When he hears how serious my tone of voice is, and sees my stern expression, Gong Yi prostrates himself on the ground with a loud thud. His voice quivers as he speaks.
求大王务必救回齐军爱妹少江。
What? The child is our...
女公子听说要嫁到吴国，便吵着要见吴王一面。齐军向来宠溺小妹，哪经得住他软磨硬泡，同意他扮作男子，随外臣来吴国。
Oh man, another girl dressed as a boy!
没想到，没想到，哎！
This is ridiculous.
大王，外臣真的不是故意激怒您。如果不能带女公子安全返回齐国的话， 外臣罪该万死啊！
Fine. Since Xiao Zhang is our bride-to-be, how can we stand by and do nothing? Rest assured, we shall do our best to find her.
歹徒只是将人挟持，必定有所求。女公子性命应该无忧。齐国使团在异国他乡行事也不方便，不如安心交给我们秘密查访，以免打草惊蛇。我就算掘地3尺，也会将女公子平安带回来的。
Oops, I accidentally scrolled too fast. Okay. If kidnapped her, it would be convenient for agents of Key to move around it. Okay. It wouldn't be convenient. So why would... Okay, we're gonna do it secretly. And then Gong Shangyi says, the Prime Minister has a point. However, we are talking about the princess. If the King of Key sends a letter regarding the matter, how should I respond? Although we cannot guarantee that we will find the princess immediately, we will send someone to investigate this matter right away, and we'll give you an update in 2 days. Even if I have to dig into the ground a mile deep, I promise to bring the princess back safely and in one piece. Can't make that promise.
天也快亮了，我这就备车将先生送回驿馆休息。今天上虎丘之事，还望先生暂时保密。
外臣明白，就拜托大王了。
We hit an oil well. Gong Shangyi bows deeply before turning around and walking away despondently. I don't believe he has any other option but to trust us with this matter. After Wu Zizhu sends Gong Shangyi out the door, he turns around and pulls me into an empty room.
少君，相国。
Zhang Dan.
那少女还没醒吗？
Zhang Dan frowns and shakes his head while pointing towards a soft couch. The young girl we saved yesterday is still sleeping, but her complexion looks even worse than before. Her lips have turned dark purple, and she appears to be in pain. Why is she still holding on to the dagger? This time, I'm sure it is not just me. The dagger is giving me a bad feeling. Could it be the cause of Xiao Zhang's current predicament?
少君别动！
Black shadow pounces out of the blade as Wu Zizhu pulls me behind him in the blink of an eye. The horrid thing is like a mist, but gives off the smell of dead bodies. With shocking speed, and before we can react, it closes the distance between us with a whoosh. Just when we are about to be swallowed up by the black mist, it suddenly stops as if hitting an invisible wall, then disappears. Wu Zizhu and Zhang Dan are both wearing serious expressions. I guess what just happened was not my imagination. What exactly is that dagger?
恐怕是怨咒的媒介。这少女到现在还昏睡不醒，是因为中了咒术。
致命吗？
就像慢性毒药，钝刀杀人。少君切勿再动那把短剑，否则可能也被咒术缠上。
Is the head priest even able to break this curse?
我试过了，这咒术很是怨毒，以3重命为代价，恐怕连施法者都天命了，凭我一人无法相抵。
Why are they casting such malicious curses on innocent people? Worried, I look at Xiao Zhang. This young girl is going to die in her prime simply because she was curious about her husband-to-be. Head priest. Her expression seems to have become peaceful.
好像有什么力量驱散了邪气。莫非是刚刚保护少君的微光？
Light. I glance at the jade fish on my waist to see it looking the same as usual. If anything can protect us from this curse, it would be this jade amulet.
少君，那玉佩可否借我一看？
Yes. Once Zhang Dan has his hands on the jade fish, his face lights up with understanding.
难怪，这块玉里有很强大的巫力，肯定是他驱散了邪气。
Before he died, this was given to us by our childhood friend, Shi Yiguang. It saved our lives once before during the sacrificial ritual.
施遗光啊，就是施家大主夫妇的那个天才儿子啊！我在成为郑家家主之前，可是常听到他的大名呢。
When I hear him talk about Yiguang so casually, I grow speechless and can only nod my head.
余玉既然能驱逐邪气，那么大柱可用它解除这个咒术吧？
不能。刚刚我稍微一试，他将我的巫力弹回来了。器物有灵，想来应该是玉灵认了施遗光为主，所以遵从他的命令保护少君。
But isn't Yiguang...
可见施遗光保护少君的意愿非常强烈啊。可惜没主人驱使，也只能被动起作用了。幸好他还有一定威力。
Like what happened just now?
没错，可不是把相国也护住了。狱中的纯净巫力可驱邪，如果少君待在这少女的身边，大概她被邪气侵蚀的时间也会变缓一些。
难不成少君还得时时刻刻带着这孩子吗？
那倒是不必，没有解咒之法，也就只有早死和晚死几天的区别而已。
I don't know if it is Zhang Dan's talk about death or my memory of Yiguang that causes me to feel something evil spark in my heart. If only we had succeeded in killing the dragon god 5 years ago. The head priest and head priestess would still be of the Shi clan. And not only would we be able to save Shaozhang, but we would also have nothing to worry about, would we not?
少君，
I'm suddenly made aware of what I just said. I'm about to apologize to Zhang Dan when he smiles and waves his hand dismissively.
少君说得对，施家本就是吴越第一武，就连楚国的巫隐也自叹不如。少主遗光的才能，更是令巫者艳羡，就连我也未能免俗，有些嫉妒他呢。不过，斯人已逝，我们也只能基于现实想办法了。我去准备些补气的药，至少让他的气血足够扛到回齐国吧。
少君，
We understand. It is our fault after all.
臣以为我们是得基于现实想办法了。少将随时会死，我们得对公孙先生和齐军有个交代。
Even if those villains were still alive and had been handed over to the King of Qi, do you really think he would believe our incredulous explanation?
即使相信了，反倒是握住了吴国的软肋，断不可行。
We've heard that the King of Qi is a willful person, and when he went to the kingdom of Lu to take back his queen, he invaded many of its cities. If his precious sister were to die here in Ng, we do not believe he would break only our alliance.
还有一个办法，
Putting my troubled thoughts aside, I raise my downcast eyes and look at Wu Zishu. With his hands together, he throws out his arms and bends at the waist in a deep bow.
臣请少君诛杀越王勾践。
Prime Minister, do you know what you're asking?
少君不是想知道臣为何要扣押勾践吗？虎丘看守严密，封神阵之事也只有极少数人知道。龙神信徒知道禁区所在，还熟知水道地形，能。
This is purely the Prime Minister's speculation. Guo Zhan is entirely ignorant of the Dragon God and matters regarding the seal.
这同样是少君的妄断。假如两者勾结，难道龙神信徒不会告诉勾践吗？少君不妨再想想，如果龙神信徒得逞，谁能获利最多？ 反之亦然。你能想到的，别人也能想到。
Wuzi Shu raises his head and shoots me a look. It feels like he wants to extract a logical explanation from my confusion, and to chain up any excuse I may have for pardoning Guo Zhang. When the king of Yue lost the war, he offered to guard the former king's mausoleum as part of his reparation. And so we agreed to pardon him. Would our honor not be in question if we went back on our word now?
少君宽恕勾践杀父之仇，已是天下罕见的美德了。如今勾践图谋不轨，害死女公子，世人只会看到他忘恩负义。
No, that's not logical. The kidnappers may not have known that the victim was the princess of Qi. And even if they wanted to start a war or even threaten us, did they really need to use such a dark spell?
这些问题肯定需要详细调查，但齐军和世人需要知道的真相，只要合乎情理就够了。少君不也说，即使抓住龙神信徒，也会被当成笑话看吗？既要赶紧送少将回国，又要阻止齐军发兵，时间紧迫，我们只能先治罪，再查证了。
Then wouldn't Gu Zhang be nothing more than a scapegoat? Wu Zishu pauses. When he finally speaks again, his voice holds an unutterable sadness in it.
先王逝去还不满3年，血都没冷透。少君当真觉得勾践无辜吗？
Gu Zhang. Okay. The late king had his life taken by the sacred seal of the dragon god, but right before that, he was already seriously wounded by the Yue's general, Ling Gufu, who had been acting on Gu Zhang's command. None of these men has killed my father with their own hands, nor are they innocent of his blood. Now the dragon god is trapped inside the Ding. Ling Gufu died in battle. Gu Zhang has entered as a slave, and that all our enemies have seemingly placed themselves at our mercy. But we are well aware of the danger lurking beneath the surface. The Prime Minister is saying that we shall leave no loose ends and spare no one.
豺狼卧于榻下，岂能安眠？从咬死你父王的那一刻起，他就永远惦记着血的味道了。少君若要贯彻先王遗志，万万不能留下后患。
Since I cannot refute what he just said, I can only shake my head silently. I know. But to leave no loose ends and spare no one? I could not help but to recall the times when I was a helpless victim who survived narrow escapes from the merciless slaughter of Dragon God and those sanguinary coups committed by ambitious aspirants like Fu Gai. Dragon God! Typo! One single careless move could have risked me everything, because no one at that time had ever thought of sparing me. I had my life and even my dignity at the mercy of those who had once dominated my fate. It should be but water under the bridge, and yet, could it be said that all those agonies I'd been suffering have too vanished into thin air? How much I suffered through those agonies, then, is how much I resent those making me suffered from their cruel deeds. Who could have thought that I am now dominating over another person, and that his life and his dignity are all at my mercy?
少君不说话，是另有良策了吗？
There is no better plan. Who would benefit most from it? The kingdom of would benefit the most in pinning the crime on Guo Zhang. Do I, however, have to be that kind of person, whom I've resented and despised most, even though this is exactly what the late king has chosen to be? The late king has determined to seal the dragon god by hook or by crook, that he dared spill innocent blood of the entire Shi clan. By so, he has taken away from me one of those remaining people on this earth who were near and dear to me, and that he has also stolen my dearest father away. His gentle smile eventually turned into the face of a ferocious revenger, even though the kingdom has benefited from the king's cruel deeds. I understand, of course, that all these were done as a last resort and as mean to survive, but I could not help thinking whether this is the only possible way. If I were in the same shoes, would I have done the same thing that Dragon God did? Dragon God? That I would slaughter thousands of people just like my brothers and remain unsympathetic to it? Or would I be the same as the late king, that I would dare spill innocent blood of people like the Shi clan to achieve my goal? Or would I care for people like Ayu, who lost their loved ones and suffered from agonies of grief ever since? Durgan Hergan. Murder Durder. Would I need to be the same heartless murderer Durderer so that my kingdom could benefit from it?
那少君还犹豫什么？
'Cause I'm the boss, Woozy Shu.
杀父之仇，诸神破盟，连其北上，哪桩不是身为吴王必须做的大事？
Don't
难道你
manipulate
忘了
me.
3年前的誓言了？
You're not the boss of me now. We will forget not our revenge, and we swear to break the sacred vow.
既然不忘，就不可以以权谋私。你放弃私仇，我佩服你心胸宽广；你不愿成亲，我体谅你志向远大。
Wait, does Prime Minister know that I'm a lady? Or not? It sounds like he doesn't. Maybe just our guard.
但是你要对着一头饿狼心软，就是善恶不分，是非不辨。
My heart is pounding with an overwhelming intensity of hatred and grief, in which the faces, my deadly enemies and loved ones are becoming one. The vow in the middle. They are demanding that Fu Shai shall revenge in violence and blood, while begging at the same time that Lolly shall never repeat the dastardly deeds that have been wrongly done to them. I feel deeply disturbed. In every single night and every single dream that I have no control on, these voices have never, ever allowed me to let go. It's not exactly what Wu Zishu has just said, that ever could I be not robbed of a single good night's sleep? That ever could I be not robbed of a... Okay, I don't know what that means.
少君，勿重私情，以国为重啊！
No, you, Wu Zishu. It seems like he's got the personal grudge here. When have we not placed the good of the kingdom before everything else? Even our life is not as important as the good of the kingdom. I punched the pillar next to me with all my might. Should have punched Woozy. How could it ever be possible that I'm doing this only out of some personal feelings for a certain somebody? Those conflicted emotions nearly rip me in half, and I find them so hard to carry on. Maybe all these do not matter anymore. The seal on the dragon god seems to be weakening, and I don't know how much longer I could stay alive. These are the things I cannot share with Wu Zishu. Those weak and fragile feelings, those agonies of grief and hesitation, they never should have existed in the first place. This matter involves 3 countries. While we will take your words into consideration, we must deliberate over the matter before coming to a decision. Wu Zishu wants to continue the discussion, but I do not wish to argue with him any further, so I turn around and refuse to look back. Just cold-shouldered him. I step out of the royal gardens with my head still spinning from the discussion. I feel like I cannot breathe. I clutch my jade fish amulet. Since this pain is not caused by the sacred seal, it only serves to comfort me. The bloodied water once filling Lake Tai and the sword pond all those years ago is, again, flashing before my eyes. I wonder if my friend ever regretted giving the jade fish to me at the time. Isn't kith and kin more important than the kingdom of Un? I laugh at myself. Between the kingdom and family, the Shi clan chose the kingdom over their own family, whereas Fu Shai should be only left with his kingdom and nothing else. And yet, I am still here, still being trapped in a past long gone.
少君，
Chengfang, why are you not at the caretaker's hut?
我正要向少君禀报，勾践从其居所逃脱。
What?
相国要审问勾践，命守卫打开内室房门，没想到勾践已经拆下窗户逃跑了。
Do you know where he is?
不知，不过在他脱身的窗台上钉了一根布条。
Shengfang, we want you to hide near the crane stream. Make sure that you're able to see us talking to Gozhang, and that no one else can listen in on our conversation.
如果勾践要对少君不利，
He will not. But even if he does, we still have you.
诺。
A young slave stands alone by the edge of the stream. Though his clothes are worn, they are immaculate. The 3 years he has lived as a slave have not diminished any of his noble bearings. Without me realizing it, my hurried pace slows down. Our 3 years of friendship was established in this dreamlike and sandy place. I had hoped that I would not have to face the harsh reality before this land collapses. To personally destroy our sandy dreamland is one thing, but to have the tides destroyed is yet another. Honestly speaking, what happened that year was an accident that never should have happened. Adieu. The youth turns towards me with a smile.
你果然见到布条了。
Why did you call me here?
3年前在这养鹤涧，你去捡掉到水里的玉佩，我却以为你要寻死，强行把你拽上了岸，结果被你揍了一顿。
He's pretty cute too.
我们相识的场景真是很尴尬。
Yes.
虽然你是我唯一的知心好友，今天我却不得不让你再尴尬一回了。
Huh? Suddenly, Gozhan's expression turns serious. He faces me, gets down on his hands and knees, then bows. Will you marry me?
罪臣勾践失礼于大王，求大王救我！
You. How long have you known that I'm the king of Ung?
你既不是寂渺的巫祝，又带着虎贲氏自由出入附近。我不是傻子，怎么会看不出来？你身份特殊。昨天你2次交代士兵宽待我，已经证实了我的猜测。所以我才冒死逃出来找你声明，我是清白的。
If you were truly innocent, you needn't have come to me, to us, to explain yourself.
武相国对我猜忌至深，要先斩后奏。我恐怕等不到更好的伸冤机会了。大王尽可以派人调查，勾践从未谋害过骑士。
Whether you're innocent or not isn't important. The princess is already under a curse and will die very soon. What's worse is that she is the king of Ki's most beloved younger sister.
小妹，我明白了。所以，越王勾践便是最合适抵罪的人。
I look at him silently. It is as Wu Zishu said. If I can think of it, others have thought of it too. Hence, this is the most logical answer. Gozhan suddenly raises his head. He wears a determined expression, his eyes burning bright like searing flames. I'm moved to see the flames in his eyes, yet also feel a sharp pain as if they've burned me.
越国有神医，可救齐国女公子。
What?
之前听闻大王身体欠佳，我派人四处寻访名医，希望能表我忠心。今日正好为大王解困。
We thank you for your kind intentions, but doctors cure illnesses and the princess suffers from a curse.
我称其为神医，正是因为他不仅医术了得，也精通神鬼咒术。
You should not tell such lies, even if it means that your life might be spared.
大王自然不肯轻信于我，神医难求，怎可能像这般唾手可得？大王不知的却是，这神医是我耗尽心血，花费了许多时间才寻来的。
Even if you are telling the truth, we are curious to know why you would go to such lengths to find him.
我
Do not tell us that you're sincere about healing us. Even Ung's many ministers would not put that much effort into finding us a healer. Not to mention, you hadn't even confirmed that Lolly was the king of Ung.
好吧，我也不瞒大王，寻仪表忠心，确实只是漂亮的场面话。我留的这条命，全凭大王恩典。若还不懂得讨大王欢心，怕是朝不保夕啊。
Gozhang, we have to ask ourselves, when have we ever mistreated you? Even guarding the former king's mausoleum was your request.
罪臣当然知道，大王待我甚好。可是，那又如何呢？如今，我还是得跪在大王面前，恳求您放我一条生路。
We.
难道我不该费尽心思讨好你？难道我不该抓住每一个机会，为自己的命多求一份保障？难道我不该献上稀世奇人，好叫大王记住我、赏识我？难道寻常医者能够令人眼前一亮吗？如果你是我，难道你不会这样做？
Gozhang gives a bitter chuckle that sounds as if there were a lot of unspeakable emotions mixed in with it. So much so that I cannot meet his gaze. How am I supposed to answer him? Although I cannot tell if he's telling me the truth, Gozhang has been a slave these past few years and has tasted far more than his fair share of hardship and bitterness. How can I not understand his overly cautious attitude? Ooh, Skeeter in the house! No! Oh, died! No! It was just floating in front of my face! While Lolly can trust her friends without question, Fushai cannot. Sorry, I'm a mosquito flew in front of my face and I was trying to swipe at it and I missed it and he's here! He's here and he's gonna try and get me!
也许大王还不信我，但人为刀俎，我为鱼肉。我就算诓骗大王活过了今天，还能骗到明天后天吗？说句冒犯的话，救活了女公子，各方皆大欢喜；救不活，也坏不过如今这般状况。
But the longer we wait, the worse the consequences will be.
现在从水路出发，2日内绝对可以到达。如果神医说救不了，可当场斩下罪臣头颅，送到齐军面前。你是吴军，所以为了吴国让我戴罪，我不怨你。只是明明有可以救回女公子的法子，却弃之不用，你真的甘心吗？
Yeah. Ew, get him. I'm trying. Okay. Gozhang's, doing his best here. Like, I mean, he's not unreasonable in his request. We should try and save the princess.
追兵来了，女公子和我的命，齐国、吴国的邦交，就都在你的一念之间了。赌赌看吧。
Let's do it. You said the magic words.
大胆勾践
Gamble.
竟敢逃狱，还挟持少君！
When I see Wu Zishu draw his sword, I know that this is the best opportunity for us to kill Gozhang. As for the crime, dead men tell no tales, so we can spin it however we please. But... Oh shit! I want to stop the Prime Minister! Of course, I don't want to kill this guy. Too cute to kill. For now. Time to make the decisions we'll all regret. I don't think I'll regret this one. Stop!
少君，
The king of Yue did nothing wrong. He was only telling us of a way to save Shaozhang.
少君离开后，他的病况又恶化了，恐怕今日就得将勾践人头交给齐师抵罪。
我是清白的，相国不分青红皂白便要杀我，公理何在？
要计较公理道义，3年前你就该死了。
Pretty privilege is true. It's true. It exists. Yeah. But in all fairness, if he was an uggo but nice, we'd also try to not kill him. It's only if they're like mean and nasty inside and out, you know?
勾践与越国亲族性命担保，我不仅没有半分不忠，还能救回女公子性命，避免无期战祸。
何须浪费他人性命？现在，你就可对吴国尽忠。
Proudly shallow, yeah. Particular, yes. I don't know, like if he were like pretty and kind of a bastard, or not even kind of, like an absolute bastard, we probably wouldn't save him. I feel like we've made the choice that it's like, nah, this guy's gotta go. So, semi-shallow? Wuzishu lets out a cold chuckle as he brandishes his sword. Gozhan turns pale and yells out to me.
那个声音叫做骑士。
Morally shallow. Yes, yes. Shallow with justice. See? She is in the She clan? Oh my gosh. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Give us a save. Let's see. How do I... A thin layer of mist covers the surface of the water as a faint golden light shimmers on its surface. The morning air is a little cold, but it's very refreshing. Where's my option to save? Yes? Today's weather is the perfect weather for us to set off on our trip. Why is it taking so long? Escape! Q? W? Up? Down? Left? Right? How do I live?
今天天气好，河道也拥挤。现在我们伪装成商旅，
Okay, I just had to right
没法
click
驱赶其他船只。
a lot. Alright, we're gonna save. So that's good game hygiene. I don't like that UI wise they don't tell us that we saved. It's like, yeah, you pressed it, believe. Which is, I get it, but okay. I don't think we'll be able to. If that's the length of the chapter, I don't think I'll be able to like finish or like keep going. But thank y'all so much for hanging out with me and doing another chapter together. So yeah, I don't think I said the word skank. I don't know. So it's like a little was a Rorschach test. Like you're hearing things, so why? We hear the yawning. Yeah. So thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. I hope y'all have a great rest of your night. My next stream is tomorrow. We're doing Study Buddy's lunch, even though it's my day off from work. That's okay. So I'm very excited to have tomorrow off. Yes. Surrounded by skank. Oh my. Oh no. Yeah. Night. Thank y'all so much. Yeah, have a great one, and I hope to talk to you soon. Okay. Bye.